Chapter 32. Abbedom, at the same time man and God. Naomi's great love for Jehovah. Presently, Abbedom turned to Naomi and asked her, "Naomi, you asked me previously to show you the holy Jehovah, should he approach the patriarchs from somewhere. Are you now completely satisfied with my showing you Jehovah in me personally? And can you believe me, a man, to be at the same time Jehovah, the eternal great God?" Naomi was at first somewhat startled by these questions, but she soon rallied and replied Abbedom in the softest voice, a voice only possessed by the truly most noble and gentle women in their most loving and reverent moments. "Most supreme, sublime, holy God, I, a poor sinful woman, would surely have believed you if you had told me. Behold, in this present midday breeze, Jehovah, visible only to a few patriarchs, is passing by. Truly, my heart would have received comfort in abundance. How much more I can now believe you, that it is you who now presents himself in person to me, a most unworthy woman, in the, to me, as I have previously mentioned, most pleasant, lovable, most sublime human form, exceedingly mild, gentle and condescending, revealing yourself in the most merciful way. Oh, you most holy one! I still remember what my mother Zilla told me, namely, that whatever you create in any form, you work completely alone, having no one who could help you, let alone that you would require someone else's help, for you are in everything self-sufficient. But I also know from my mother that, as far as your essence is concerned, you have certainly only to be regarded as a most perfect man. Since we, your created beings, cannot possibly form a more perfect image than the wondrously glorious one of a man. Every other concept I could hold of you would become proportionally less unworthy of you the more it deviated from the human form. Oh, you most holy one! I could tell you still many another thing from which I recognize you, and firmly believe that no one else but you, alone, is the holy Jehovah. But, see, I could really, indeed, give myself away unduly, and that could, perhaps secretly, annoy you a little, and it might not be proper before you, as well as these surely most worthy patriarchs, to reveal all that is now ardently bearing witness of you in my heart. However, you can surely probe my heart better than I myself can. It will tell you all that my anyway weak mouth would be totally incapable of uttering. Only this request do not leave unfulfilled. Do not too harshly punish the upright Horrid, if he has offended against your holiness. Be gracious and merciful for his and my sake, and do not cast us out from you altogether. If he has sinned, I alone was the sinful cause for his offence. Thus you may punish me in his stead. I am anyway a sad fruit of the night and of sin, and already carry within eternal death as the sure punishment for sin. How could Horrid have possibly succeeded, by my miserably dark side, to remain in a state pleasing to you, like the other patriarchs who were never exposed to Horrid's temptations? Therefore, behold, you good, holy Jehovah, am I not alone responsible before you for Horod's fall? Oh, be therefore also gracious and merciful towards him and me, a poor sinful woman. Your holy will be done. Amen. And Abidan answered her, My now very beloved Naomi, as far as your entreaty is concerned, it has been answered even before you brought it before me. Thus, on this score, your heart can be completely at rest. But you mentioned a little while ago that you could indicate by many another thing how you recognize me. Wherefore you now have the firm faith in me and the conviction that beside me there is nowhere another Jehovah. Do not worry about saying too much, even though you may talk to me a whole day, or a whole year, or your whole life. Indeed, even an eternity. It will not ever annoy me. And what you say to me, out of your love, is all proper before me, as well as before all the patriarchs. So just tell me straight out what you withhold so tenaciously. That I see your heart through and through, as well as the whole of infinity at one glance, from the smallest to the greatest. This no one will doubt who has recognized me, especially in his own heart. But for this very reason, I know also what else is in your mind. For the sake of the patriarchs, I want you to tell me here without embarrassment and openly what it is. Dear Naomi, if you truly love me, then go and unburden your heart before me, your dear, holy Jehovah. Amen. Here, Naomi began to shine with beauty, sweetness, and the most ardent love, and asked Abidan in an all-conquering, melodious voice, trembling with love and fear, like that of a truly chaste virgin. O you, most holy, mild, lovable, gentle, sweet Jehovah, may I, a poor sinful woman, love you just as your children and your daughters here are allowed to love you? Oh, may I do this? I, a child of the world, a daughter of your... Oh, I cannot say it. Thus also, love you? O you, my Jehovah! Here she sank to the ground, weeping convulsively, for she felt too unworthy of my love. But Abidan promptly stepped up to her, and, seizing her arm, lifted her up, and already in the sight of all the patriarchs, pressed her fervently to his heart, and held her firmly embraced for a while. Then, releasing her gently and gradually, he asked her again, Well, my most beloved Naomi, will you ask me again whether you are allowed to love me? At this question, Naomi fell at Abidan's feet, moistening them with her tears. Indeed, she moistened the most holy feet of Jehovah with the most passionate tears of love. At this, Abidan became mightily moved and said in a forceful voice, Children, look here. Here at my feet is lying more than the sun, moon, and stars can offer. Here is lying a new daughter of penitence, of remorse, and of the most sublime love. It is easier to find me and love me in the realm of life than it is in the realm of death. But this one has sought and loved me while already in death. Therefore, she shall now, in return, be rewarded with my love, the like of which no human heart has ever conceived on earth. Yes, most beloved Naomi, I keep your hand for myself, since you have devoted your heart to me faithfully for such a long time. Naomi, now you belong to me alone. Behold, thus I take my revenge on my enemies, namely, with my fatherly love.